Hey There Delilah by Plain White Tees is going to sound something like this. This is the introduction with the D and the F sharp minor, and then they start singing with your Hey there Delilah, what's it like in New York City, that part. Second time round, 1,000 miles. Then the B minor, then Times Square can shine as bright as you, onto B minor, and then A with the true. Now what I'm going to do is first of all explain what's happening with the strumming, or picking hand rather, because if you paid attention you would have seen that the rhythm played with this hand is consistent. It's basically doing this. Now on your PDF file you'll notice that each chord diagram has got a blue dot. And if I'm playing a D chord at the top end of the guitar, which is obviously not in view now, your chord should sound like this. Bass note, 3 strings. Now on the technique side, I'm going to show us how to put the fingers down, because your positioning for this hand is quite important. We're starting with finger 3 on the first string, finger 2 on the second string, finger 1 on the third string. And notice that all 3 fingers are actually making contact. So they're not like that, they're actually making contact and they move as one. So it's sort of as if you're waving, as the Queen would wave from her car when she rides down Oxford Street. That sort of movement, but it plucks it like this. And if you were to put counting with it, you'd count like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can see how nice those fingers were going. Maybe at a bit of a different angle over here to get in a bit more closer. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. Now the opening chords are D and F sharp, and each of those chords get played for 1 bar. In other words, you're counting. This is D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and F sharp, 2 and 3 and 4 and. So first of all, make sure that this hand is working correct. The thumb plays the bass note, the highlighted blue dots on each of the chord diagrams, and then those 3 fingers are going to play the bottom 3 strings the whole way through the song. Okay. Now we're going to break down what the chords are doing and zoom in now more on your fretting hand. I'm assuming you know your basic chords. D. I'm going to highlight the F sharp minor for a bit because this might be a new chord for you. Finger 1 must go flat across all 3 strings in the 2nd fret, and then the ring finger must go to 4th string, 4th fret, like that. Try and get a different angle so you can see what the fingers are doing there. Okay, and F sharp minor should sound like this. So if you're playing the beginning, your D and F sharp minor should sound like this. If you want to play with, you can join me. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 3 and 4 and change. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and then obviously the singing starts. Now the other chords that are going to come in on the 3rd line when he sings Yes You Do, with the Times Square and everything. Now there's 2 ways to play B minor. For those that are intermediate players or more advanced and would like to play the bar chord, I would encourage it. B minor should look like this. Finger 1 flat across all 6 strings, finger 2, finger 3 and finger 4. You can see quite clearly how the fingers are positioned over here the whole way through. Okay, and then you'll notice that your blue dot for B minor is no longer on the 4th string, it's on the 5th string. So you're going to go, and when he sings Times Square can't shine as bright as you, G is going to be the 6th string. Then you're going to go to A, and you'll notice that the G and the A share a bar, and what that means is you're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're not doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not doing that. We're doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th string for the G, sorry, the 6th string for the G and the 5th string for the A. So we're going to zoom out a bit now, so you can see left and right hand working together. And you can see the thumb's going to change strings as we go through the different chords. I'm going to call them out as we play through. Okay, we're starting on D. Pay attention to the thumb. He's going to change strings. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the second line, 1,000 miles away. Looks so pretty. Onto B minor. 2 and 3 and 4 and Times Square. To B minor. I swear it's true. And there's your A again. Now you might notice I played my A slightly different from the conventional way. The traditional way is fingers 1, 2 and 3 placed on strings 4, 3 and 2, all in the second fret. But I've found that for myself, because I've got little fat fingers and the acoustic guitar, the steel string neck is a bit thinner, I find it easier to swap fingers 1 and 2 around. So finger 1 is actually on string 3, middle finger to the top, ring finger underneath him. I find for myself this A works better. And that's just a sort of an opinion, it's not written in stone. Many guitarists do that, and many guitarists do that. So try them, whichever one works good for you, that's cool. The trick over here is the bass notes. One more time, I'm going to focus now, last time on the thumb technique. Going to just get a bit more closer there. And you'll notice that for D, 4th string, F sharp minor, 4th string. For the B minor, 5th string, and for G, 6th, and A, 5th, and then back to B minor, and you finish on A. 5th strings for those as well. Now, for those that aren't into bar chords yet, say you're still quite new to guitar and bar chords are not your favorite yet, I'm going to show you another way to play B minor that will also sound pretty cool. It's going to miss the bass note, but it's still going to sound nice, and no one's really going to notice the difference. You start with finger 1, string 1, fret 2. Finger 2, string 2, fret 3. Ring finger goes to string 4, fret 4, and the pinky underneath it. That is your B minor, and if you do this B minor, then you only pluck from the 4th string down, because the 5th string is going to sound wrong. You can hear that doesn't sound cool. 4th string for this B minor. And the cool thing is, if you're feeling adventurous, and I can convince you, to switch from this B minor to the bar chord isn't really a big change. Watch my thumb, it's sinking down. First finger's coming up. Did fingers 2, 3 and 4 change? No. So one more time, thumb's at the top for B minor, that's the easier way of the two. And then to get the bar chord, lower the thumb, first finger straight, and you can see it's not a big change at all. That's the ideal B minor if I can convince you for that. On to the rest of the song. Once you've got the introduction and the verse, you actually can play the whole song through. So when it goes to the chorus, for example, when always what you do to me, it's just going to be D and B minor, and D on the 4th for the bass note, and 5th for the bass note, and B minor, and D is what you do to me. Okay, and that's basically your song the whole way through. If there's any questions with the chord shapes, with the technique for this hand, remember this hand, 3 fingers must make contact. If you've got any questions, queries about the song, if you're not sure of the rhythm, any changes, drop me a WhatsApp, I'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, it should be a cool song to enjoy. And have a great week. Thank you very much.